Echo Vault Volume 1, titled Reality Over Rage: Why Strategy Beats Spectacle. To start this episode, I'd like to begin with a quote from James Baldwin. Not everything that is faced can be changed, but nothing can be changed until it is faced. On the blog, theechovault.wordpress.com, you'll find a photo of a man resembling Honest Abe Lincoln standing up in a crowd of his peers. He appears to be the only one doing so. Over the past week, I've been watching the discourse around the continuing resolution, or CR for short, spiral into the usual online chaos. People were outraged, calling Democrats cowards, saying they folded to fascism, demanding a government shutdown to make a point. And now, we're just a few days removed, and nobody's even talking about the CR anymore. Instead, Trump is back in the headlines, this time for reportedly sharing war secrets in a group chat on a mobile app, one that included at least one person in Russia. It's wild. But here's the thing, if Democrats had shut down the government, that's all we'd still be talking about. Not national security, not reckless espionage, just endless cable news segments about how liberals tanked the economy. Republicans would have had the perfect deflection. The libs are focused on group chats, while millions of working Americans aren't getting paid. Stop playing politics and serve the people. And the media would have run with it because let's be real, Democrats don't get to be chaotic. They're held to a completely different standard. When the Democrats mess up, it becomes a moral crisis. When Republicans break the law, it disappears by next week's news cycle. Or in the case of CR bills, the chaos directly serves their interests. That is strategy. And Republicans have a lot of experience with it. Shutting down the government when you have no leverage? Well, that's just performance art. It hurts federal workers and vulnerable people. First, some people also claimed the CR was a direct threat to Social Security and Medicare. Let's be honest, Republicans aren't going to politically annihilate themselves like that. They've talked about entitlement reform for years, but when push comes to shove, they know better than to rip benefits from their own voter base. Would I put anything past them, long term? Number but nothing in this bill explicitly cut those programs, and Democrats can't legislate based on internet fan fiction about what might happen. Now, let me be clear, the CR wasn't harmless. The worst part of it was the border enforcement provisions, and that deserves real criticism. But again, look at what just happened. Trump violated a judicial order that blocked him from renditioning people illegally and without due process. That's the kind of authoritarian nonsense we're dealing with. And that's exactly my point. You don't have to manufacture a shutdown to make Republicans look bad. Just let them talk. Let them govern. Let them show who they are. What's actually frustrating is the left's obsession with performative rage. Every few months, it's vote green, burn it all down. Democrats are worse than Republicans. We latch on to outrage because it's easier. Easier than doing the hard work of organizing, running, messaging, and building power. And if you don't co-sign the outrage du jour, you're suddenly a sellout or a coward. Here's the truth. If you don't feel represented, run for something, or support someone who is. In my work supporting community-based initiatives, we know this to be true. You need a compelling message, and you need to meet people where they are. It's not impossible, but it's work. And if your ideas are real and grounded, people will show up. That's why I genuinely believe the working class, left, right, red state, blue city, is divided in name, not in nature. Poor white conservatives and black families in the projects? Different stories. Same root problems: housing, food access, healthcare, safety, wages. What divides us is often narrative, not need. Most political arguments, online and in person, boil down to the same few takes, just in different flavors. We repeat ourselves. We mishear each other. And we keep fighting instead of focusing on what actually improves lives. Long story short, the world would be a better place if everyone took a deep breath and grounded themselves in reality. Democracy is imperfect, but it works. Capitalism is flawed, but it can be softened, and America, for all its mess, is in a better position than almost any other country to solve its problems, but only if we stop sabotaging ourselves. So don't let Twitter define your politics. Don't confuse outrage with action, and don't mistake chaos for strategy. Focus locally, build power, help your people. The rest is just noise. With peace and love, Uncle Wiki.